HBO Ballers, a new reality show in the works, and the latest trends. This is BHL's Next.
You are tuned in to Black Hollywood Live. Next.
Hey, JR, nigga. Ain't it a blessing? We
Okay.
made a lot of less
Bro, did
You plug me, act like you couldn't hear me.
Okay.
T. Rhelin is in a blessing.
Made it out of car. I know what happened.
After the pre-trial.
Okay.
Girl, yes, I slap dog. Yes, I slap loud. Yes, I slap a pussy nigga if he act out. Yes,
Not what you saying, it is a blessing. You know what? It's okay. We're going to try this again, but you know what? This is BHL Next. I am your host, Rhelin T. You can find me on Instagram and Twitter at Rhelin Taylor, and my lovely co-host with me.
Guys, I'm Rheina. You can find me on Instagram and Twitter at Rheina_LA. And we have a special guest for you guys. I'll have Kris introduce his social media.
Yeah, let the world know where they can find you.
Indeed, my name is Kris D. Loftin, and you can find me on Instagram and Twitter at Lambo Loft, L-O-F-T, Lambo Loft.
Rambo.
Okay, now Kris, we couldn't get the T Grizzly on.
No, it's all good. I seen the visual though, so it still had the same. It gave me the same
So
energy.
you feeling
it don't even matter.
So
Don't even matter at
let's
this
talk
point.
about HBO Ballers.
Okay.
It's coming back in a few weeks. I know you're excited for it. So
crazy
what can you
excited.
tell us about this season?
This season, because see, I was a avid fan of Ballers before I actually got on the show, and I think that makes it a little bit more sweeter when you're on the show if you were watching it prior to being on it.
Definitely.
So I feel like this season, from going from watching it to actually being a part of it, I can actually say and mean it that it's gonna be a lot better. And I'm not saying it because I'm on it, because like really my biggest thing when I got the job was, yo, I can't mess up one of my favorite shows. That's what I told myself. I was
That's
like,
what I was going to ask you. So you're a fan of the show before you signed on.
I was a fan of the show, so I told myself, I was like, look, if you mess up one of your favorite shows, like it's not gonna be because of me. Like, it's not gonna, that was my biggest thing. So I think it's gonna be way better than any other season. They go more in depth. They take it there. They kind of like, there was maybe some things that might have been missing the first couple seasons, like some pieces and stuff like that. And I think they found the niche. They found what they needed to do, and they bringing it like they're going bigger. They're going like ballers. Like they really, they
like
bringing
ballers.
it. Yeah, they bringing
So then
it.
tell us what it's like working with The Rock, or like, are there any cool moments that you shared with him?
I actually did, because he's so in and out. And The Rock is like, he's there and he's not there, and he's like going to film a movie, going to film another movie, and coming back. Like, so he was just he was so in and out. So I actually got to sit down with him for like maybe a hot 5 minutes and sit down and talk to him. And I told him this story because it's actually funny, and he tweeted me about it, and it was hilarious. When I was about 16, 17, there was a movie called Gridiron Gang that I was.
Oh, yes. I love Gridiron
Yeah,
Gang.
I was supposed to be in Gridiron Gang. I was supposed to be Willie Weathers, one of the running back in Gridiron Gang.
Okay.
I was living in Chicago, came to LA, was testing for, did the football camp. I was at the the jail with The Rock, and we were going over our lines, rehearsing, doing all that. And some stuff happened where they basically, they wanted me to take the GED test and not be in high school anymore, so I could actually work as an adult throughout the term.
Wow.
My mom wouldn't do it. My mom was like, I'm not signing that. You are getting a diploma. You're not getting a GED. That's not happening. No, sorry. You'll do another movie one day. I promise you, son, you're going to work with The Rock again. Watch what I tell you. God got it planned for you. You know how mamas do.
Mama knew.
I'm 17. I ain't trying to hear that. I'm like, what? You not going to sign this paper? Like, I'm like, really? Sign the paper? She just wouldn't do it, and she wouldn't do it. So I sat there. I told The Rock that I was like, man, I don't know if you remember, but about 10 years ago, I sat down with you in the jail cell on that bed and did those scenes. He was like, Kris.
Yeah.
He was like,
Oh my
Kris, it
God.
is.
He remembered you.
And he was like, yo, he was like, mama knows best, don't she? He was like, I said, my mom said I was going to work with you again. I was like, at 17, you're not trying to hear that. You just like, Mom, I'm not talking to you for a very long time.
Held a little bit of grudge, but it worked out.
A lot of bit of a grudge for a little while, but it worked out.
So, in case people need to catch up and don't know what's to come on this season of HBO Ballers, we do have a clip, so let's see what's going to happen this season.
Yes. I want to see.
Contrary to popular belief, football ain't fantasy. Football's reality.
Our sound might not be working
Technical.
today. I have a little technical difficulty there. You know what? We're gonna pause on it. Oh wait, there we go.
Look at God.
Look at God.
Bring the football team to Las Vegas.
So this is the next step in your global domination.
There's only one way to take a team to Vegas, and that's big.
My rich friends are opening their checkbooks as we speak.
I am the city of Las Vegas, and the only opinion I like is my own.
Who else are you going to trust to push football in Vegas?
You feel me?
I mean, I feel you. What do you mean? Do I understand? Yeah, I understand.
This Vegas deal makes us legit.
You're working fast, just like our first date.
That was the best 97 seconds of your life.
Imagine a gourmet food court and craft cocktail bars.
Wow! Starting to really hate that guy.
You're better when you're feisty.
Spencer, this deal is far bigger than you.
Who wants what's easy to get?
Yeah, there he is. Vintage Spencer Strasser.
Just gave me chills, Joe. Some of us believe that we could do anything. Let's do this.
I'm excited.
I'm excited for the season.
It's lit.
It looks lit.
Without
So
giving-
yeah, I was gonna say, like, tell us about your character, Kisan.
Yeah, I play Kasan Teague. I play running back. I don't think I can disclose for what team. just
Okay,
yet, but
okay.
I play running back for an NFL organization. I'll just say that. And he is the wild card, you know, if you will. Like if you're familiar with the show, like he's more of like the, you know, that wild card Ricky Jarrett type flair, you know.
Okay.
He's bringing that, because you know Ricky last season, if you were watching,
Yeah.
he kind of calmed down. He kind of calmed down, trying to
Definitely.
figure out his life, get his girl and his relationship, and just
Yeah.
he was trying to just be normal and just
Yeah.
chill out, no more fun house and all that. Like, but I feel like my character is like, oh, okay, well now, yep, I'm the bad boy that's kind of still. I play a dude from the
Yeah.
hood of Miami, from Overtown, Miami, like
Okay.
the projects of Miami.
Okay.
And I have those linger-ons who are like friends that I probably shouldn't be around at this capacity in my life, but I bring them with me anyway. You know,
Okay.
it's kind of that.
That entourage that is
that-
not really a
that
good entourage to
that's-
have.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, they
And
get me in a lot of trouble.
Your character now, do you feel like there has been some similarities in your personal life to? Do you think you relate to your character
Yeah.
Oh,
on a
definitely.
personal level?
Definitely.
Yeah. How so?
Because at some point, my mom always used to tell me, everybody can't go everywhere with you. And I had to learn that the hard way. I learned that the hard way, and I think being out here in LA now, I've been here, it'd be 2 years and maybe 2 weeks, it'd be 2 years.
Yeah.
Coming from Chicago to here, I had to really learn that the hard way, that everybody can't come with you. And it's not a bad thing, it's not a diss, it's not,
Yeah.
you know, you gotta love some people from
Yeah.
a distance. That's really all it is. So I feel like Kasan really does have a lot of me in him, like that. Almost, no pun intended, with LeBron's show, that survivor's remorse. That's kind of what Kasan feels. He
Yeah.
feels that survivor's remorse, the remorse of all my friends are still here, but I'm here.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like, I have to
Yeah.
do this, you know? And that's how I felt
In real life.
for a long
That's
long
crazy.
time. So I think we do have some similarities and differences. I don't think I'm as wild as Kasan anymore.
Anymore.
I used to turn up. I'm not
Turn
gonna
up.
lie. I've gotten a lot better, to say the least. I've grew up a little bit, if you will. But nah, seriously, I figured out what was important and just started focusing more.
Yeah.
You know, and it worked out.
I know. Look, you're on Ballers.
I know.
She's like, no, right.
What about your experience with football? Have you played growing up, or were you just like
Oh, yeah, no.
athletically gifted? Like, I can just play. Just throw my quarterback, cool.
No, it's funny because I am kind of that guy. I'm that odd guy that nobody ever sees like working out, or because I don't do any of that. I don't.
Just naturally fit
naturally
and
I just got
athletic.
this kind of country strength, just like that. You know how it's like, you know, that country boy strength where it's like, I ain't never seen you lift a weight, run or
Dang.
jog or do a sit up.
crazy.
I don't do any of that. I don't eat all the vegetables and the juicing. I don't do none of that. I eat greasy fried foods. I eat chips. I eat all of that. But football, I did play it, but I was that guy who was like, how can you do this? And I never see you.
Yeah.
You never seen you actually play before.
Yeah, I'll just get up from off the couch and kick a field goal. I got a post like that on my Instagram. Like, people are like, were you a kicker in high school? I was like, nah, I just looked at the polls and I said I could kick it through there. I think I could do that. And
I think I could get it through there.
I think I could kick it through there. But I played football in high school, and I actually had a scholarship to college to play football and baseball. But I ended up turning down that scholarship to keep pursuing acting.
Yeah.
So it hasn't come back to bite me just yet. But I was actually a real football player.
Talk about that decision. I mean, if somebody is like kind of in the between of chasing their passions, whether it be if they want to go into acting or if they want to stay into athletics, like talk about that decision and what drove you to make that decision.
Well, for me, and I don't even know how I was thinking this in depth at 17, but I honestly was. I told myself, I said, okay, look, sports or acting, and it kind of came down to this. I said, with sports, this is something for dudes who play sports or women, anybody who plays sports, you know, like that's a decision that you pretty much made ever since you were a kid. Right. So you've put in so much time, parents have spent money, effort, everything. Yeah. And I just told myself, I was like, man, if I go out here and keep going for another 4 or 5 years playing football, playing baseball, what if I get hurt and then I can't, and then I don't make it to like to where I can actually make this a career? Or what if I do all of this for another 5 years and give up 20 years of my life for this and still don't make it there, and then I have to revert to find something else to do? And I was like, I don't really like, that don't seem too
stable.
Yeah, it didn't. Yeah. And acting's not stable either. Being in this business is definitely not stable. But to me, in my opinion, in my head, I was telling myself, I don't have to be Will Smith to never go punch a clock every day. I can be somebody that you just walk past the street every day, don't even know who I am, but never have to go do something I don't want to do.
Right.
And to me, that was good enough. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And once I told myself that, I was like, with football and baseball, especially baseball, that I was big on baseball.
Yeah.
If you don't make it to the MLB, those dudes got regular jobs in the off season. Like if you just in rookie ball, single A, double A, they gotta go to work.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I was like, I was like, well, at least in acting, if I don't make it to Denzel Will Smith status,
you can still.
I can still be
And be passionate about what you
be
love
passionate
to do.
about what I do, love what I do, make decent enough money to not have to do anything else but that.
Yeah.
And just live and I'm content with that. I don't, you know what I'm saying? I aspire for more.
Yeah.
But if that was to be the case, worst case scenario, I prefer that over spending 30, 40 years of my life with hoop dreams. You know, I didn't want to be that guy that was 32 still thinking I was going to make it to the NBA.
That's the
Ball is life.
I just didn't want to be, I didn't want to be that guy. And I got a lot of friends like that. I just didn't want to be him. I'd rather be 30 and say, man, I'm just waiting on that big break with acting.
Right.
Yeah.
And going on auditions. I'd rather be 30 and be like, man, I'm just waiting on that break. Because, you know, most male actors, we don't peak until our 30s anyway.
Well, speaking of baseball, your first acting career was in the movie Hardball. We do have a picture of
That's
it.
one of my favorite movies.
I love that movie.
Oh my goodness.
Yes, R.I.P.G. baby.
That's crazy.
So tell me, what was that like, your first film working with Keanu Reeves?
Yeah, that Hardball, honestly, I think to this day, may be the most fun I've ever had.
You're kidding.
I think for obvious reasons, because I was a kid, like, honestly, they picked up kids from the street for that movie. Like, there was no Hollywood kids. There was only 2 people in that movie who had ever acted before. And that was Mike B. Jordan and a guy named Brian Hearn. He played Andre in the movie.
Yeah.
Everybody else, they just literally had an open call audition. Like, they were talking about something on the radio.
That's crazy.
It was something on the radio. I'm looking for young black boys that play baseball. And I told my mom, I'm like, well, I'm young, I'm black, and I play baseball, so let's
So you heard about the audition first?
I heard about it on the radio, and then someone else from my mom's job, one of my mom's coworkers, had heard about it and was like, hey, I think you should take Kris down to da-da-da-da.
That's crazy.
And I never even wanted to be an actor or nothing like that. Me being oblivious to everything going on, I thought it was a damn traveling baseball team. I was like, it must be a pretty good team if they talking about it on the radio.
Oh my
And I want to be a part of it.
That's
I was
so
like,
crazy.
Mom, take me. And it was just a open call audition in an abandoned mall in Chicago. and maybe 600-700 kids showed up, and they picked 5, and I was one of the 5.
That's crazy. Are you still in contact with the people who are in this film with you?
A few of them. One of them actually is my roommate here in
You're
LA
kidding.
now. Yeah. One of them is actually my roommate out here, but the rest, I really don't talk to too many of them, like here and there.
Yeah.
And we're all friends on social media.
Yeah.
But, you know, everybody's went on to, like, do other things. One of them's married. One, like, it's a crazy story behind that. Like, I don't want to expose too much about other people's lives, but
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? It's some, if there was to be a Hardball reunion, like, it's some tragedy in this photo. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's some craziness behind all of this. Like, I know for one of my homeboys, Brian, the one right in the front with the glasses on, he played Ray.
Yeah.
Like, he's paralyzed right now. Like, it's
You're
just
kidding.
crazy, you know? Like, it's just crazy to, like, look at this and it's like, man, we were kids and, like, you know?
Have you ran into Keanu since the Hardball movie?
No. I don't think that's crazy. Now that you mention that, I haven't. But Keanu was super cool though.
Yeah.
He was super cool. He was like one of the coolest like celebs I think I've ever met.
That is so
That was a
cool.
dope experience. That was the best experience. I got to miss 3 months of school. I was in like 6th or 7th grade, and I got to miss like 3 months of school, and they were letting us live downtown in some hotels. So like that was the most fun for me. You know, I was a kid. I was like 12, 11,
It
12
definitely
years
is
old.
one of like the classics when you think of like, movies for sure.
And it's so crazy to even hear when I hear people say that, it's weird.
How many times or do you watch it like now, or
No.
when's the last time you've seen it?
Like actually seen
Like
the movie?
sat down and watched Hardball.
I don't know. Like it generally happens. Like sometimes I'll be scrolling through my TV and I'll randomly catch it on,
That's
and then
crazy.
I'll just turn the TV to it because it's just like, all right, let's check it, and then I turn. Like, but actually sat down and watched it. I'm not a big fan of watching myself on TV.
Really?
Which is weird. I'm not a big
Well,
fan
I feel
of
like
it.
they say Denzel's like that too.
I don't like it. I don't want to see it.
You don't think that kind of like watching yourself, act and go through different scenes, you don't think that that's a helpful training tool? On like seeing how you...
I would think so. I think it would behoove me to probably watch, and I do watch for sometimes, but like I'm not really a fan of it. Like if I was to like make music or something, I would much rather listen to myself do that 1,000 times than watch myself on TV 1,000 times. Like I'm too nitpicky. You know, I'm way too much of a like. I'm my own worst enemy. Like I'll sit there and be like,
I should have did this.
Did I really talk like that? Yeah. Is that how my voice sounds? Wait, why did I? What?
Yeah.
Y'all not see it? Y'all not? I can't do it. So I just, you know what? And if I do watch, I like to watch in the privacy, like in my room, door closed, don't nobody come in here because I'm watching this.
Yeah.
Like I'd rather just sit there like that. Like I'm not. I do like those little watch parties sometimes, but that's for everybody else. I do that, and that don't even have nothing to do with me.
Right.
During those watch parties, I'm somewhere just sitting down quiet, just on my phone like.
Oh, they're gonna be on TV.
Oh yeah, yep. Thank y'all.
I could not. So where do you see your career going? You've done Ballers, you've done Empire. Where do you want to see your career go?
Man, I just want to see it continue to grow, more and more every day. Because, like, honestly, I put a lot into this, and there is no, no plan Bs. Plan B is to make plan A work. So, like, this is it. You know what I'm saying? So, I just want my career to continue to grow, man. I want that series regular role is coming, and I honestly, I'm looking for the role for somebody to give me that dirty cop role. I'm waiting on it. I want to be an undercover.
You want to be Training Day?
I want that in too deep. You ain't no cop Jay Reed role.
Okay.
I want that role. I'ma kill that role. Whoever give me that role.
So that's the role. So we're putting it out there. We always put
that
everything in
undercover
fruition. So hey, put it out there.
Yeah, I'm putting it out there. Come on, I need Omar Epps to come on as an executive producer. I'll write the In Too Deep remake, and you can be. You can be the commanding officer this time in this.
Okay.
You can be
Omar.
Let's do it, Omar.
Omar.
We're saying it right here. You better hurry up and get on it.
Let's do it.
Before somebody else come and get it.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
Speaking of casting, we're going to go on to our next segment, which is Next in Casting. Rheina, what you got for us?
Yes, so while we're on the topic of ballers, there's a big baller that is hitting the stage, right? I mean, is this a clip?
Yeah, this is a clip. Let's see it.
This is the ultimate big baller right here.
And we'll talk about it.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is LeVar Ball.
Trust and believe that.
How did you decide on $495?
I figure that's what the shoe is worth. You know what LA stand for, right? What? LeVar's awesome.
We talking about the GOAT here, the greatest of all time, Michael Jordan. What? And you running your mouth talking about you gonna beat him one-on-one. Why would you say something so blasphemous? Blasphemous.
He would need help.
Oh, God.
One-on-one, I'm undefeated, never lost. Charles don't want to play me one-on-one, and he better stick to eating them donuts and sitting behind that TNT thing.
Okay, so we'll be back.
Do you know that your first name means to wash? That LeVar in Spanish means to wash?
Wow, I might have been in Africa, the baddest brother alive.
Has your son ever said to you, Dad?
No.
Chill.
No.
Never. No.
No, I don't have them type of kids. I'm gonna say whatever I want to say, and ain't nobody gonna do nothing. UCLA lost this year. But check this out. We're gonna win it next year, because I'm gonna take one ball and I'm gonna bring you another one. There's only 2 people better than me, and I'm both of them.
What is wrong with you?
Let my boys finish whooping your tail on the court while you paying attention to what I'm saying on the outside. Some donuts after this. I'm gonna take me a hell of a nap. I'm gonna invite you to the house.
I mean,
oh my God.
We can think. You guys, honestly, if you guys don't know who LeVar Ball is, he's probably the proudest father in the world.
In history.
I mean, I'm sure there's a lot of proud fathers out there, but not as out there. Like, speaking wise on what he does.
I was waiting for the reality show, to be honest, because he had too much personality for somebody not to pick this up.
So Facebook is actually their reality show is in the works. There isn't a date yet.
Right.
There's not a title, but Facebook is looking to produce this, which is, I thought it was really cool that Facebook is actually doing video content, because they want to be they're competing with YouTube, so this is pretty cool for Facebook's end. But I mean, for them to have the Ball family as a potential reality TV show, I think that's going to be hilarious, because of LeVar himself is just a character.
He's going to carry the show for sure.
And his 3 sons, I mean, Lonzo just got drafted to Lakers, go Lakers, and then we have LiAngelo coming into UCLA as a freshman next year, and then we have LaMelo, the youngest, at Chino Hills. All 3 of his boys are very talented, and then just this show, I don't know. I think this is just gonna be. I'm gonna watch it too. I think this is gonna be so funny, and I don't know. What are your thoughts on LeVar in general? You guys, I don't know.
Let's see what Kris got to say.
Yo, as a son, like my dad was never that crazy, but my pops and I had some moments too. So it's like, as the son, I can kind of feel like, I know his kids are probably like, yo, will you shut up? Like, but what are you gonna do when he's funny? When everybody loves your dad, that's hard, because I come from that. My friends will call me sometimes to not even ask about me or how I'm doing. They'll be like, hey, Kris, yo, where your dad at? Where your dad, man? That's my dude. I love your dad. Uncle Willie. Everybody, my dad's name's Willie, so that's why if you see the hashtags on my page, Uncle Willie's son, I use that hashtag all the time.
Aww.
Like, so I think LeVar is honestly the truth. A lot of people don't like his methods, but it's working. And in 2017, like, if you creating that buzz and you got what it takes to make people tune in, I'm not mad at you, brother.
Yeah,
I'm
Big
not
Baller
mad at
brand, the entire brand is out there. I mean, they're making money. The shoes, as expensive as they are, they're selling.
Right.
So that's the one thing. And then, I mean, his apparel, I mean, it's funny how he really just is making it right now, and how they went from Chino Hills High School to like popping. I mean,
you can't get mad at him. You can't get mad at him for that. Like, he's setting a precedent. Like, it's kind of crazy that nobody has done this yet. You know what I'm saying? Like, the fact of, no, we gonna come with our own brand. What's the point of, like, because I get it. Like, if you're banking on you, it's basically like you're just taking a huge bet on yourself, though, and that's the best thing to do.
Yeah,
that's the best thing to do.
I mean, if you're not gonna advocate for yourself, who is? You know, so
especially your son. He's like, who can brand my son better than me? And like, I get that. I mean, I played college ball too, so a lot of times like these you're playing, you're not getting paid for what you're playing
Right.
every time. You're bringing all these fans and this money, so I get where he's coming from.
Right.
I do think he's a little crazy by saying he can beat Michael Jordan and one-on-one with Charles Barkley, but I mean,
Hey,
you
he
can't
probably
get
would
mad
beat
at
Charles Barkley though. He
in his
probably would.
prime. In Charles' prime?
He said in his prime? Did he? I didn't
Yeah,
know.
he did.
Oh, he said.
No, he said he could beat Michael Jordan in his prime. He told Charles Barkley to put them donuts down.
So he's just yes. It's
Yeah, no,
fun.
he's
I mean, he's just
tripping.
a character. You can't get you have to just like laugh at him now.
No, definitely for a fact, and he knows that.
Yeah.
Like he's one of those dudes where I feel like LeVar's very, very calculated, and there's a method to his madness.
Yeah.
And we're soon
Method
gonna
to his
find that out.
madness.
That's what I tell people a lot about me. Like, there's a method to what I'm doing. Like, especially I tell my mom that a lot. Mama, okay. Like she called me before this. Now when you get on there, now don't be doing this. Now don't be.
Shout out to mom.
Yeah, watch how you say this and this and that. I'm like, Mom,
I know.
it's a method to my madness. I got you, baby. I got you. Chill out.
Aww.
You know?
Okay, so for our next segment is Next or No. That's when we talk about what is trending. So, I don't know. Have you listened to the new Jay-Z album?
Of course.
You have?
Yeah, we had a
So
church session when the day it dropped. We had a session. We all had devotion, sat down.
Yeah.
We had
Okay.
devotion.
All right. So then that means you know about this whole money to the ear thing. The line is you're on the gram holding money to your ear. There's a disconnect. We don't call that money over here.
I
So
feel 'em.
yeah, next. I mean, this is not really a next or no. It's kind of saying like, are you still gonna hold up the money to the ear, or are we following,
I mean,
Father Jay?
I never have been a money to my ear holder, but then again, I've never been a dude with all that money to hold up to my ear. So who's to say? I don't feel like I can make that. I don't think I can really say that yet, because who knows, if I'm staring at $1 million in cash, who's to say I wouldn't be like this and take a picture? I probably would.
Yeah.
I probably would. It's easy for me to say no now.
And a few rappers have came out and spoke out against it. Lil Boosie talking about that, where he's from. I think, what is he from? St. Louis or
Lil Boosie from Louisiana.
Louisiana. Yeah. He was saying that that's the culture. We got Future, who also put up a Snapchat with him holding up the money to his ear with the caption saying, "You ain't got the juice like that."
Hey,
mood.
Hey, no, I will definitely say this. I don't know, to certain people, maybe with Jay-Z, what I think people might need to look at, and I tell some of my friends this sometimes we do things because of the people that live vicariously through us.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's the same reason why if I go to schools and talk to kids. When I was back in Chicago, I would do that a lot.
Yeah.
I would go to schools and talk to these kids, and there's a big difference if you walk in a classroom full of 8th graders or 7th graders, and they're black too, and you're dressed in your suit and your tie. That's cool. But if I come in there with the new Jordans on, with this Gucci belt on, with this on, you're liable to listen to me more because I look more like you. You see what I'm saying? So in certain situations, that holding money to your ear thing, there's somebody in a weird way that motivates more than you telling them about invest in art.
Right.
Even though that's great information.
Yeah.
But there's some people that are living vicariously through these rappers or through me, even from where I'm from, that don't motivate them, telling them like, look, bro, this is the formula. That don't motivate them. What motivates them is, oh, I know him. I know Kris, and he was just on Instagram going like this with money, and he was like, that motivates some people.
Yeah.
So in certain situations, it's like, I don't know. It's like a damned if you do, damned if you don't kind of situation.
Rheina, you holding up the money to Black China did it.
Black China, we can talk about her and Rob all day. We don't have time for all that.
But so yeah, you holding up money to your ear if you got $1 million
I need to get
cap?
that money first, and then I'm gonna do it. No, I don't think that would be me.
Okay, so before we let Kris go, we have a little game for him. Since we're all talking about ballers, it's all about ballers in the house today. On Next, we have a little game, and this is called Who Are You Gonna Pick? This is like a baller's game. So who's your baller? Which one are you gonna choose?
Who are you going for?
Who are you going for?
we
So I
talking about
have
that picture?
scenarios.
I don't even have to look.
So wait.
Please
don't pull up the picture.
Don't give the wrong answer.
Oh, I'm not. That's the right answer.
Okay.
Let's see.
You gonna see?
All right, so in the case of, we have Kobe Bryant and LeBron James.
Kobe.
Thank you. Oh,
Kobe. I'm a Kobe head.
Yeah?
The Kobe Bean Bryant can do no wrong.
Okay, so.
That is absolutely correct.
All right, so we keeping Kobe. All right, let's pull up the next picture. I have another scenario. Okay, so this is about the best dance in the touchdown. So we got Victor Cruz, who does his infamous salsa in the touchdown.
I'm going with Victor.
You're not going to go with the Odell?
I'm going Victor. I'm going Victor, man. It's just way more smooth.
Okay.
He just
so
saucy. I like that.
You're not going to hit them folks and do all that in Odell Beckham?
Odell be doing a little too much for me.
Too much for you.
A little bit.
A little too much.
Just a
so
smidge.
I'm not going to see you do that on Ballers. No, Victor Cruz.
Kassan is a little wild. I might go crazy. I might go crazy like Vic on one of these episodes, man.
Okay. All right. Let's pull up the next one. Okay, so this is about clubs. So you know Usain Bolt was in a club in Jamaica doing his thing, wilding out. And you know J.R. Smith, though, he's all about the Henny.
Yeah.
So who are you going out with?
I'm going out with J.R. That's what? I'm going with J.R. Where you at, homie? Hey, J.R., I'm going to tell you like this, bro. Anytime you ready, if you'll have me, I'm there, bro. You just tell me. You tell me where, bro.
Seems like fun.
Hey, I'll bring the Henny. Cause that's my drink of choice as well. I'll bring it.
Hey, that's chill.
Chris is gonna supply the Henny.
I got you.
On the next outing with J.R. Smith. If this happens, we gotta you guys gotta tag us in it.
Oh no, we're gonna invite you. Y'all coming with us.
Oh, okay.
Y'all coming with us
We'll
wherever
be there
we
to
go.
witness it. All right, pull up the next one, Steve. Okay, this is about fashion. So we got Russell Westbrook and Cam Newton.
Russ, I'm going with Russie.
You're gonna go with Russell?
I'm going with Russie.
Okay, no Cam Newton. You don't like the pants?
This picture is bad for Cam. I like it.
It's bad for
Cam, Raylan. I mean,
oh
come
no,
on,
man.
Hey,
no, Cam.
They was in the same stance, so I had to get it. You know?
Yeah.
You know, I do like the way Cam Newton dresses. Sometimes
Cam have his moments. He be fresh in his own right and own way. Like, but
and Russell too. I mean,
yeah, I just like Russ. Just overall, I think I'm judging this. I'm a little biased because I like Russ. I like Russ' whole demeanor and attitude way more than I like Cam Newton's demeanor and attitude. Like you know what I'm saying? Russ just seemed like he not for none, bro. Like, like chill out, bro. Like, forget all these cameras, forget all this money I'm making. Chill out, bro. Like, I like that about Russ.
Okay, so we're going with Russell Westbrook.
I'm going with Russell Westbrook.
Rheina, who you going with?
Okay, I love Cam. I love how he dresses, but I think I'm
Russell on this one.
In this one, I'm gonna go Russ. I think Russ's style is evolving too. I don't think it's like as extra as it used to be. So I'm gonna go Russ.
Okay, and then I think this is our last one. Now, I feel like I might already know. So we got Space Jam with Michael Jordan and Space Jam with LeBron James. I'm seeing some looks.
So disrespectful. I feel like Stephen A. Smith. This blasphemy.
Yeah. You never know. You have to ask these questions. So I'm assuming we're going with MJ.
Yeah, man. It's Space Jam. Why would you? They're not gonna touch that movie, right? This picture's been circulating for so long. So they're not gonna mess with that. But I get it though. If anybody else is gonna do it, okay, I give it to LeBron because Kobe's not really in the acting thing like that.
No. Okay.
LeBron is way more of the.
Yeah, he was in Trainwreck.
Trainwreck. He did good in that.
Yeah, he did. I
watched Trainwreck.
Me too.
I love those dry romantic comedy type. I love that. I'll be watching that shit.
Oh my God. So that was all of our game, and I feel like you had great answers.
Yeah.
You chose the answers that we needed you to choose.
Yeah.
But I just had to throw them in there because you could have been a wild card.
Yeah.
You could have been like, Space Jam 2 with LeBron.
Nah.
Then we would have had to walk out the studio.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? We could have just just
that's
left.
it.
We had to take the headphones off and just walk out.
You're not gonna do me like that.
Well, guys, this has been our episode of BHL Next with Kris D. Loftin. I am Rhelin T. You can find me on Instagram and Twitter at Rhelin Taylor.
And I'm Rheina LA. You can find me on Instagram and Twitter at Rheina_LA. But before we let our guests go, I just wanted to send out our thoughts and prayers and love to Maria Menounos right now. You are such an inspiration for everyone here. I mean, you created AfterBuzz, a sister station of Black Hollywood Live, and we just want to send our love and our prayers to you. And Keven, thank you so much for everything you do for us here as hosts. So we love you, and we're praying for you and your family.
Praying for you and the family, and we love you so much. Thank you for giving us this opportunity community. So,
And
Kris, before you go, let the people know where they can find you on social media.
Indeed. Kris D. Loftin. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Lambo Loft, L-O-F-T, Loft, Lambo Loft. Twitter, Instagram, pretty much any social media is the same thing. I keep it the same.
Okay. And remember, guys, to follow all things Black Hollywood Live at BHL Online. We will not have a show next Thursday, but the following Thursday, we'll have a BHL Next for you. Again, we'll see you next time. Bye.
Appreciate y'all.
Thank you. That was so much fun.
From executives Keven Undergaro, Dario Kristen, Tiana Hobson, and the entire BHL staff, we would like to thank you for supporting Black Hollywood Live, the first online broadcast network dedicated to African American entertainment. For questions and comments, contact us. info@blackhollywoodlive.com. Like us on Facebook, tweet us, or Instagram us at BHL Online. And I am the official voice of Black Hollywood Live, Scipio, Instagram at KingXOBay. Thanks for tuning in.
Hollywood redefined.
The views expressed here are those of the host only and do not necessarily reflect the views of BHL or its owners or principals.